Isaiah Thomas making his much-anticipated return to TD Garden here in Boston, and the Celtics honored him by showing a tribute video in the first timeout of the first quarter.
Great video.
This whole arena was on its feet for minutes on end. Isaiah Thomas was emotional on the sidelines. Pre-game, he said this place still feels like home. How great was it to see him back in this building?
It was great. It was great. I mean, just seeing the video, I just didn't expect to get those feels. You know, I was thinking about
Chills.
those.
You in your feelings?
Those, yeah, a little bit. I mean, you know, with the crowd going nuts. You know, as soon as his number popped up on the big screen, everyone just started cheering. And yeah, it was a solid like 2 minutes straight, just ovation. And Isaiah even said after the game that he felt like he was gonna almost tear up. You know, he didn't.
Well, that game they showed on a clip when he played the day after his sister died. That will forever live on in the memories of the Boston sports fans, and obviously in his memory as well, because on the sidelines he was getting choked up just watching it.
Yeah, he said he didn't cry.
He almost did. He was thinking about it.
I think there was some water.
The tears were sitting.
They were like ready to go.
He had to wipe them away before they put the camera on.
Exactly.
But I don't blame him, because like that's when you know that you really gave like your all to a place, and they kind of gave it back to you, and there was a serious like relationship, a connection between the player and the city and the organization, and it's just so apparent. You can just tell that's still there. So it was nothing but love, obviously, for him, and he came in actually in the first quarter. Wouldn't say he played the best. Didn't earn playing time in the second half. Mike Malone actually talked about it after the game. He goes, I love Isaiah, and I think when this is all over, Isaiah understands like that it's nothing personal. It's just that it's just not working right now in the situation, and he's obviously frustrated, but he's being a pro about it. He's not, going away from the team or outwardly.
Even before the game,
negative.
Isaiah said, "I don't feel like myself tonight." Sitting in this building, he was feeling feelings he hasn't felt in a really long time. I mean, I was watching him during warm-ups, and he was nailing shots. It's not like he's not a good enough player to be out on the floor. It's just the feelings got the best of him tonight.
Yeah, because it's not the first time, right? But the first time obviously wasn't the same, because he knew he wasn't playing. You know, he was inactive, a member of the Cavaliers, and now it's like he knew he had a chance to go in, maybe not. He got that moment in the first quarter, but to piggyback on what we were saying about the video and why it was so emotional, I think the reason why it was kind of emotional, because I mean, I hate to say it, but like, he's never going to play like that again. And I think the video reminded.
I wouldn't say that.
Come on, Jimmy. You're the first person that would be like, Isaiah will never drop 29 a night he used to. I mean, come on, let's face it.
I think he's still got something left in the tank.
Well, he could.
He's just got to get healthy and get in the right situation.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you put him in the right situation, I mean, he could maybe be a 20-point scorer again, or maybe 15.
Okay, yeah, I'm not saying he's going to average 30 a game.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But like, if someone told you that year, I don't think you would necessarily agree with that. You would say, no, the sky's the limit from this point, you know. And I think that sort of added to it. Whether he comes back or not, I know people already want to go with that narrative right now. Regardless, I just don't know if he'll ever get to that point. I hope he gets somewhere close. I hope he's able to stick around this league. I hope he latches onto a team where he's able to thrive and be a vital piece. But I just don't know if that's going to be the case, and hopefully it will be, though.
I thought the post game that he had was very interesting. You were there for it. I was there for it. And people were just asking him straight up, like, what are your feelings? Looking back on your time, what about now? And I asked him straight up. I said, if the opportunity ever presented itself, would you want to play back in Boston?
Jimmy did ask that question.
And he said, yeah.
He
said absolutely. Like, he wants to come back and play here if the opportunity presented itself. So you can tell. I mean, you would think that a guy that got blindsided with that trade, sent away after everything he did, you'd think he would have some animosity towards the organization. But no, like he would love to come back and play in Boston if that opportunity came.
He made it clear pre-game. He was saying the ball boys, the trainers. Here, he's like, it's more than just basketball. They ask him about his family. He feels such a tight bond to this community in Boston. It's so important to him and his family that I have no doubts that he would want to come back to Boston. It's the city he clearly loves the most. And this Garden Report is brought to you by 1 in 100. Enter to win Celtics tickets for less than a price of a beer. Head to CLNSmedia.com/Celtics raffle to enter to win today. Your first entry is always free. And to speak to the character of Isaiah Thomas, not just on the court but off the court, Kyrie Irving had nothing but good things to say about him. And he said he was kind of in a unique position because, of course, he was the one who was traded for him, took him out of this city that that everyone loved him in. But he said he has no doubt that Isaiah Thomas will get back to the top soon, and that he really values the connection that he saw tonight from the fans and their players, and that Boston connects with the players that do good things for them and will support them in the rest of their career. So it was cool to hear Kyrie say those things too.
I feel like sometimes it's just easy to sort of forget like how special that year was. MVP candidate, putting up 29 a night. I mean, it's just Larry Bird's the only one that's close. I mean, for one season, at least one season, he did average more than Larry Bird, you know. And like, listen, you don't see that happen, you know. Paul Pierce wasn't able to do that, you know. And not to say that Isaiah is on the level of those guys, legacy-wise, but that's how special of a season it was for the Celtics to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, for everything that he endured, for the city to really, you know, cheer him on, and the emotion that went behind that, you know, it's unbelievable. It's remarkable. So it was a very special night for him, of course, and also. I just want to also mention the fact that after the scrum, he actually went to the locker room and got to say what up to Kyrie Irving and Al Horford. Cool. I don't know if there's a third name out there, but yeah.
That's cool.
A little inside.
That's cool. I mean, you brought up Pierce. You know, obviously a fan favorite. You know, KG fan favorite. Larry Bird, you mentioned. I mean, Kyrie Irving has that potential to be up in that class, but he has to allow himself to do that. And I think that's what was really frustrating to a lot of fans. Is like, okay, Isaiah Thomas is gone, but like everyone loved Isaiah Thomas. And
they want to love Kyrie.
Exactly. They want to love you, man. Just like that. Like that can be you someday. You have to allow that.
Yep.
Yeah, he should be calling Isaiah. You know, you call LeBron now, call Isaiah now.
Have
a couple conversations with Isaiah
gotta call
about this city and what it's like in the postseason.
Yeah. Well, if you want to check out the full tribute video that the Celtics played here tonight, check it out on our YouTube at CLNS Media.